Good morning. I'm back on the lake after perch, as you can see from the bend in the rod there though. Hopefully, because I've got my phone positioned on my bag. There you go. It's not a stripey that I've got on the end, but a pike. I've had a couple on in the last few days, lost them both. Will it be a case of third time lucky, as they say? We shall see in the next few moments. It's not far away from the net, but every time I bring it in, it goes on a little run. It's not a big pike, but I'll tell you something, on this gear, absolutely fantastic. This could be, no, not quite. Running commentary. As the fish edges its way towards the net, every time it comes in, it lunges, but this time, the angler wins. Third time lucky, indeed. As they say, not that I believe in luck, but you know what I mean. Right, let's get that one and get ready for his photograph, and I'll be back in due course. Not a massive pike if you were dead baiting for double figure fish, of course, but on this gear, as I've said, fantastic. Wonderful, aren't they? Pike. I've returned the fish. It's down there, maybe a metre from the bank, and as is often the case, they sulk for a while. You know they're okay. And then sometimes when you're carrying on fishing, you forget about the pike that's down there at your feet. And then when it decides to head off back into the main body of water, there's a big splash and commotion. And it can startle you sometimes. They are good though, aren't they? And I did mention in a blog entry the other day that I do intend to do some designated pike fishing, dead baiting, come October, the traditional season, October the 1st. And it's there for a reason as well, because during the summer months, pike are more active than they are in the winter, and they are more prone to wolfing down dead baits. And if you've got a treble hook or a pair of trebles, that's the last thing that you want. So for me, and I think for pretty much all dedicated pike anglers, dead baiting starts in the late autumn. Also, another thing about pike, and I know this at the moment because I've got a puppy, they have sharp teeth, don't they? So when you see blood, it's not the fish's, it's mine. People say, or some people say, pike bite. They don't bite. It's not as if they are a wild animal that intend to hurt you, but you will catch them, of course, when you fish for them or you get one on the bank. Like I am this morning. Ideally I'll catch anything. I'm not blank, but my target is perch. However, I'm not exactly disappointed with that pike. Nothing else as of yet. I'm only here for half an hour this morning, and certainly that pike caused a commotion, and it is shallow water as well. I do have to make reference to the guest book on my website. Andy posted the other day, and Andy, if it's the same Andy, because he just put Andy, I haven't forgotten about the 5 favourite fish. I'll be getting round to that shortly, once I get a little bit more normality at home. But he asked, in my old house I did a little tour of my tackle room, will I be doing the same now? Yes, I think that's a great idea. So as they say, watch that space as well. Also, Lee dropped a comment yesterday, and it was just a conversational one, which I always appreciate. And he said that we've talked about football as well, gone off the top flight English football, and I replied, I think a lot of fans have, haven't they? But there's still some great football out there. I do like non-league myself. I think it's a great atmosphere, and as a ground hopper I get to take in a few new places along the way as well. But he mentioned the fact that he's bought a lure setup. He hasn't used it much though, only a couple of times in the last 12 months. Commitments and all the stuff that goes with life. We all know about that, don't we? I don't need to remind you. But he said, I need to take a leaf out of your book and do some of the things that you're doing, as it were. And this is one of them today. I was up at just after 6 a.m. If you're on the bank by 6:30, that's fine, first light. I didn't set the alarm, but I woke up anyway. And off to do a little bit of fishing. And then, talking of football, I'm off to work later. Well, I work every day. I don't work 7 days a week in the sense of 9 till 5, but I do something every day of the week. And later today I'm going in because we've got a couple of press conferences, one with the head coach ahead of the game this weekend and one with the TNS women's manager ahead of their game this weekend. Plus I'm meeting with someone who's studying media at university, so he wants to shadow me over a period of time, just find out a little bit about what you do, what makes you tick and all that sort of stuff. And then there's other things as well. So a varied day ahead. People ask me sometimes, what do you do for a living? And I say, in a nutshell, I hang around with professional footballers. Not bad, is it, when you think about it? And not bad when you can get the amount of fishing in that I do as well. But that's the key. Lure angling, short sessions. I'm going to have me a few more casts and then I will be on my way.